Hi and happy Thursday and welcome back. A cold front coming through is giving us shower and storm chances. Sounds a bit familiar. We'll have an updated 7-day though in just a few seconds. Headlines tonight include out of Lawrence County, a man tased, later assaulted a medical personnel, and then fled in a hospital gown before being arrested, back where it all started from in Lawrence County. And then in Johnson County, a man forced his way into a home, frightening a mother and child at knife point. He did. Both of those happening yesterday afternoon. Reports to follow. In the Johnson County Board of Education meeting from earlier this week, some special recognitions. Retirees and Eagle X, the solar car program, which in only its second year of existence did very well. This is a big story. It's a combination of the meeting itself, and then I've got some things from the Texas Motor Speedway where they competed to add with it. And is he or isn't he? I'll give you the best answer we have gotten via Andy Bashir and his Team Kentucky update earlier today from that release. With that said, I'll gather all that, have it ready to go in about 60 seconds.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Atrial fibrillation is one of the more common rhythms we see.
AFib is an arrhythmia of the heart where the top part of the heart is beating erratically and out of sync with the bottom part of the heart.
The electrophysiology service is made up of a team of healthcare providers, and that includes an electrophysiology lab where we're able to do procedures to help repair heart rhythm problems. When a patient becomes heart rhythm free, it can really restore their life.
ARH, more for Appalachia.
In headlines tonight, yesterday afternoon, within a short time of each other, for whatever that's worth, in the viewing area in the neighboring counties of Johnson and Lawrence. We'll start off in Lawrence, where on US 23 at around 4 o'clock, the sheriff's department there was dispatched to a residence after a relative of this man called stating that he was hallucinating on drugs and had driven off in a vehicle described and then located later on 23 near Bubba's Storage. That's where they made contact with Ethan Pack, 23, from Lexington, Kentucky. After they pulled him over, he immediately became angry and refused to exit the car. And after finally doing so, failed all field sobriety tests, and then right before being taken into custody, pulled away from the officer and refused to give up his hands. And that's when, after some more altercation, he was tased by another assisting officer and still resisted after the taser was deployed. After finally being placed in the back of the patrol vehicle, he was then taken to the hospital after claiming to need medical attention and still hallucinating. And after the officer left him at the facility then called 911 saying that Pack had assaulted a staff member there, pushing her into 2 chairs before exiting the building wearing his hospital gown. Police actually caught up with him back at the apartment or residence where the entire situation unfolded, and there charged him with DUI, resisting arrest, no insurance, assault in the 4th degree, failure to report an incident to law enforcement or false reporting, and theft by unlawful taking. And certainly a frightening and horrific situation, and most certainly a scary and frightening situation in Johnson County yesterday afternoon. It was around 5:46 or so that the Johnson County Sheriff's Department got a call in reference to a man who, with a pocket knife, had forced his way into a home occupied by a woman and her special needs child. Once they got there and made contact with the homeowner, she said that after she told the man she had a gun, he took off and ran up the hillside behind the home. Authorities couldn't locate him, but a few hours later, they were called back to the residence or the area after Holland was located in the woods behind the residence. Property owners actually had Holland detained behind a barn waiting for law enforcement. And after they arrived, they searched him and they found the pocket knife in question in his sweatpants and took him to jail, putting the Big Sandy on burglary in the 1st degree and wanton endangerment in the 2nd degree charges. Now for a look at today's Team Kentucky update on behalf of Governor Andy Beshear. Towards the latter part of the program, addressing a burning question on the minds of most all Kentuckians and for much of the nation as well tonight, I do believe. He started off, however, in reflecting on the fact that this week marks the second anniversary of that flash flooding in eastern Kentucky. It's hard to believe it's already been 2 years. They claimed over 40 lives, one person never accounted for. In lieu of that anniversary looming this weekend, the governor had an update on all of the recovery on the state level, assisted by some federal funds, of course, as well, since. 2 years this weekend, 45 people died, one never found, and so many others barely escaped with their lives and or lost everything they had or had their homes damaged or destroyed. Since then, it's been 2 years of recovery, with millions of dollars in donations, state and federal funding.
So thus far, FEMA has approved individual assistance applications to 8,775 Eastern Kentucky flood survivors. That totals more than $110.5 million under the Individual and Households Program. We had to fight hard for that money because the rules are way too difficult. But what I'm proud of is Kentuckians did not give up. And because of that, FEMA's changed so many of their policies. It's now benefiting everyone else who's gone through hard times. And it's going to benefit our people from recent storms that we got individual assistance approved on. Public assistance funding, now more than $274.7 million has been awarded. The Hazard Mitigation Grant Program has obligated more than $64.2 million. On June 27th, Kentucky achieved a significant mitigation property acquisition milestone. That's the buyout program. Those are the really long words for the buyout program. With the award to the City of Jackson for more than $766,000 to acquire 6 properties through that buyout program. With this award, FEMA has now provided $84.7 million in grants to acquire property in the flood zone that will move people out of the flood zone and make sure they never go through this again. That's been 500 homes acquired across 5 of the 20 counties impacted. To date, 138 bridges have either been repaired or replaced. And federal disaster recovery funds being provided by HUD through the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery, or CDBG-DR program, are now available. In total, $279 million in federal disaster recovery funding was secured for the 2022 Eastern Kentucky flooding. Remember, there was a separate award for 2021 that includes tornadoes, but also in 2021, Jackson and Breathitt County were hit by flooding that year as well, and they qualify for those funds too.
And lastly, the governor prepared to field questions on whether or not he is being considered for the vice presidential candidate nominee from presidential candidate nominee Kamala Harris. His name immediately thrown into the ring, at least publicly, shortly after President Biden resigned and Kamala Harris, his VP, was said to be the new candidate. With the days since being uncertain as to whether or not Beshear is one of the candidates being vetted for the potential run or not. It appears as though, however, based on his remarks today, he is.
But let me start out with a statement, because I do believe I'm likely to be asked a question over and over, and I'm going to tell you up front, this is my statement on it that I'm likely to repeat. I am honored to be considered, and regardless of what comes next, I'll do everything I can between now and Election Day to elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States of America. You all know what question that is in response to. And that is my full statement on that topic.
Other names being dropped include Governor Gavin Newsom of California, Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona, Governor Gretchen Whitmer of Michigan, Governor Josh Shapiro of Pennsylvania, Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois, and Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, and Pete Buttigieg, former mayor of South Bend, Indiana, who currently serves as the U.S. Secretary of Transportation. Good story coming out of the Johnson County Board of Education meeting in just a few seconds. Get ready because the 21st annual McGoffin County Community Day is coming up Saturday, August 17th in Ramey Park. And tickets, as always, are just $10. And kids 12 and under get in free. And those $10 tickets still get you into one of the greatest bluegrass shows anywhere and a chance to win a car. And this year, we've got Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, Larry Sparks, Dave Atkins Band, Turning Ground, Randy Maloney and Friends, Aaron Grace Rudd, Black Powder Express, Eddie Jenkins and the 606 Sound, Terry Miller and Traveler, and your MC, CJ the DJ. Get your tickets now at either location of the Sayersville National Bank.
If you know of a child that needs help, all you have to do is call the hospital. You do not have to have a referral from a doctor or anyone. If you look at your child and that's from birth to 18, and you say, my child is just not standing right, it's not walking right, I just feel like there's something wrong with it. You can call the hospital direct and make your appointment, and they'll set you up. And if you don't have transportation, they will call the local Shrine Club and get you transportation for your child. So there's no reason why that if you have a child that you're just concerned about, that you don't have it checked out with the Shriners Hospital. And this is all free. If you have insurance, they'll take it. If you don't have insurance, you're fine. We need to find that child that needs help, and let's get it help.
Whether you've got a new ride and you want it to stand out in the crowd, or you want your current ride to look and feel like a new one, no one does lifts, wheels, and tires better than Conley's. Stop in now for spring tire specials, free quotes, and 0% financing, or log on to conleytire.net. Here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. Couple of quick reminders. First, a special invitation for you to join them at New Life Worship Center this Sunday at 11:30 to honor Pastor William Perkins' 50 years of faithful ministry, celebrating his 50th spiritual birthday. They've got dinner and festivities planned after the service, and they'd love to have everyone join them and help celebrate. And a canning class coming up at the McGoffin County Extension Service. This is going to be August the 2nd. That is next Friday. But you need to call and register so they have everything ready. Have enough for everybody. They always do. 349-1236 to do so. Help you learn how to can your garden harvest. Make some yummy jams and jellies last and stick around that much longer. And North McGoffin Fire Department's got a horse show, I've been told, and that is coming up Saturday, August the 3rd. Not this weekend, but next. Gates open at 3. Show starts at 6. Admission is $5. Kids 12 and under get in free. 25, 30 classes. Great payouts, and entry fees are reasonable as well. Please be sure and join them as a spectator or as a participant. Not this Saturday, but the next. Contact Josh Jenkins, chief or anyone at the fire department, and I'll get those numbers out there to you this week as well. Funeral service announcements tonight include one from the Jones and Preston Funeral Home. This says 65-year-old Gina Trusty of Mealy passed away at Highlands ARH on Tuesday of this week, survived by 2 sons, 2 daughters, 2 sisters, 13 grandchildren, and 5 great-grandkids. And the funeral home says that per her request, there will be no services at this time, and a memorial service will be held at a later date. Just can't wait, and when it's one of those times for an amazing elective ultrasound of baby, call Mommy and Me 4D Imaging, a local studio with years of OB experience. Located in Sayersville and waiting at 496-5423. Thanks to you, Fraser's Prater Drug has been voted #1 in customer satisfaction with Good Neighbor Pharmacies for the 7th year in a row. With curbside pickup for all of your prescription, allergy, or even multivitamin needs. Or come in and pull up a stool while you shop, or just visit downtown and treat yourself to something extra tasty or sweet. Where locally owned means a more personal, reliable, and friendly pharmacy. Fraser's Prater Drug. Dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. and about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when
The Big Sandy Healthcare System family is excited to welcome and introduce to you their newest team member, Dr. Emily McCormick, DMD. From right here in Eastern Kentucky, Dr. McCormick joins Hope Family Dental and is excited to see and serve patients in McGoffin County. Call 349-5126 to schedule an appointment. The Johnson County Board of Ed met in session this week, and as they did, I too here tonight will focus on several recognitions and honors bestowed on a number of recent retirees and Eagle X, the solar car team which did what I would have thought to be the unthinkable in a mere 24 months or a little less. Recognized first, Amy Loney for 27 and a half years at Johnson Central Middle and High School, Tanya Rowe, 28 years at Highlands Elementary, and Pauletta Adams, 20 years in food service for Johnson Central Schools. From there, they turned it over to Coach Daniel and Coach Arms as well, who introduced the solar car team, who just got back from the Texas Motor Speedway, where they, in regards to how long they have been in existence, did what I would have thought the impossible, and placed very high among some very experienced solar teams.
What they were able to do in the past 2 years has been absolutely mind-blowing. And I would occasionally stop down in the shop and check on them and go out on the track and watch them do go around the track with the car and things. But what I got to witness in Texas last week was absolutely, and I've said probably, the highlight of my career educationally. They had absolutely zero quit in them. They were there at 6:30 making sure that car got charged. They were there at 9:30 making sure that it had every bit of the charge in it. They were tweaking it. We were preparing for dinner one night and we got a call. Nope, we're still at the track. They figured out some things they can do to make this a better car. So we said, okay, we're picking up pizza. We'll be right there. And they stayed at the track daylight to dark. But it was my honor to get to witness what these kids were able to achieve. And when I say kids, it would almost choke you up to watch as they would go to their station for inspection, and it was a full out inspection. No adult could go with them. They rolled that car out of the bay there at Texas Motor Speedway, and they went on their own to see if they passed or not. And they had their radios, and they would call back to Mr. Reel, Mr. Wetzel, just to let them know we're good on this. We'll check another one off. It was absolutely amazing.
I'm Dr. Layman Marks, and welcome to the 2024 Solar Car Challenge. We are the top project-based STEM initiative helping motivate students in science, engineering, and alternative energy. Our goal is to teach high school students how to plan, how to design, engineer, and build roadworthy solar cars. And what's happening right now, we have 32 teams from around the country assembling in Fort Worth to show off the work product and to take part in the drive here at the Texas Motor Speedway. We're excited because this is the most historic event we've ever had. 100 teams started building in September, 46 registered to take part in this, and 32 are here qualifying right now.
And one of those teams, Eagle X, the Johnson Central High School solar car team, which completed over 320 miles around Texas Motor Speedway as a part of the Solar Challenge.
Right here is our team captain, Brandon Grass. We found him down in the welding shop. He started fabricating the car after the original fabricator left. Superb welder. We found out he was a really smart kid too. And this program, one of the many things that it's done for our kids has taken these kids and those kids that never used to when I was in school get together and put them together, and we've discovered some things about these kids where Brandon Grass is now a Pigman Scholar. He's going to UK for 4 years to be a mechanical engineering major, and I don't think that happens without this program. He was our team captain, he was our welder, we polished him up a little bit and made him a leader.
Out of the 8 teams that competed in the Classic Division, we placed 4th overall with 216 laps around the Speedway. and 324 total miles driven by our car.
I should say that's 324 miles without a single fault. We didn't have to go. We didn't have to get that car or fix it or do anything to it. We made it better, but we didn't have to fix anything. So that in itself is a remarkable accomplishment.
In first place, there was Russet American Racing, a team out of Idaho, and they had 305 total laps with 457 miles. I'm fairly sure that they were a pretty experienced team as well.
I think we were the least experienced team.
Definitely.
Which only begs the question, what are these kids and those who follow in their footsteps and inspiration going to do in the future?
I'm Shadrach Reinthaler. I'm the electrical lead on the solar car team. This project has shaped my perspective on this opportunity. Through Eagle X, I've witnessed firsthand its transformative power. Two of my close friends have secured scholarships for their engineering degrees, thanks to their involvement with the car. Beyond scholarships, Eagle X has connected me with a network of inspiring individuals who have offered me invaluable internships and job opportunities. This experience has not only taught me the importance of seizing opportunities, but the power of effective communication. During one moment, judges and directors commended me as a bright and intelligent young man. Initially, I doubted their assessment, questioning how I had fooled them. However, I've come to recognize my initiative among hundreds of participants. I was one of few who actually engaged with them. Introducing myself and fostering meaningful conversations, these interactions quickly led to offers for internships and jobs. Eagle X has not just changed my future, it has taught me that intelligence isn't solely about academic prowess, but the ability to connect and communicate effectively. It's about seizing opportunities and making meaningful connections that can shape your career and life. And lastly, I want to thank my teammates who are not only my teammates, but have become my best friends, because without the pieces of the puzzle, you'll never see the final picture.
And a cold front prefaces tonight's 7-day. And while not so much in the immediate viewing area, some very small portions of eastern Kentucky seeing a few showers. Off to western Kentucky and certainly down below in Tennessee, they're getting in on more action as far as showers and thunderstorms, and we're seeing just a little here and there roll through. Most everyone seeing nothing right now, but a cold front is going through, and we are going to see conditions pretty much the same for the rest of the evening. We really can chalk it up to a 30% chance of showers and storms for the next hour or two, and that should wrap it up and set us up for a nice Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday tomorrow. But before I tell you about that, 86 today. I topped out at 89 here in downtown Sagersville. Feels like about 91. Dew point at 70 degrees. Humidity around 55, 56%. Winds, literally, I've been staring at it for 5 minutes. It never goes that long. It's at zero. It's always moving a little bit, but it's at zero. 10 mile per hour gusts is the largest I've clocked today. No rain, of course, to speak of. Sunrise at 6:32. Sunset at 8:48. Almost a minute earlier every day. And like I said, mostly cloudy and a 30% chance of some showers and a few thunderstorms up until about 8 o'clock or so. Otherwise, that's it, and we're out of this for a while. And look at the next couple of days if you're looking to get back on the water or close to it or just whatever you want to do and not have to worry about dodging a shower or storm. Tomorrow and Saturday are the days to do it, and Sunday's not that bad. 65 tonight, mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, 85. Partly sunny. Look for a little patchy fog in the AM up to about 8 or so, but otherwise partly sunny and a light northeast wind, 85 down to 61 tomorrow night, and partly cloudy skies and calm winds again. Really nice Friday in store, Saturday, and hopefully that the front will take the edge off as far as humidity is concerned. Saturday, 88 degrees. Calm winds still, patchy fog Saturday night, mostly to partly, I think more so partly cloudy skies Saturday night, and 67 degrees. It's not until Sunday that we start to see clouds kind of thickening up just a bit, but we're still talking about mostly sunny skies for the latter half of your weekend, just like Saturday, upper 80s, and, ditto for nighttime lows at 67. Shower and storm chances do work their way back into the forecast, as you can see on Sunday, and that is pretty much midday and on. So the next 2 days are absolutely going to be picture perfect, 85 and 88. Sunday, not all that bad at all, still upper 80s, and only a slight chance of some showers and storms, which will pale in comparison to the first of the week because that's when we see them crank up. Temperatures will back off with another front that rolls through. Monday, 82. Clouds, very little sun, if at all. Don't expect to see any. An 80% chance of showers and storms. That's almost a sure thing. Tuesday, more of the same. Low 80s, mostly cloudy, and a 70% chance of showers and storms. We start to see the sun make a little bit of a return midweek, back up to 85, a 60% chance of showers and storms. Thursday, this time next week, we're going back up again to 87, 68 for your high, for your low. Mostly sunny, but still a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms, which just almost seems as though is mandatory right now for the Commonwealth and Eastern Kentucky. That's it. That's a wrap for tonight. Wrapping up this week. Tomorrow, hopefully when I see you back here next time. Thanks, as always, for watching.